Howdy, I'm Aisha. I'm a bunny, so I love eating carrots. That was a yummy lunch. Uh-oh, I ate all the carrots. Now I have to wait a whole month for some more. I wish there was a way I can make them grow quicker. I've got it. I'll see if fertilizer will help the carrots grow faster. I'll grow some carrots without fertilizer and grow some carrots with fertilizer and then compare the time it takes for each group of carrots to grow. I'll use the scientific method to test if fertilizer will help my carrots grow faster. What's the scientific method, you ask? Well, the scientific method is a process or method that scientists follow when they want to do an experiment, just like we are today. The first step of the scientific method is to make a question. It says here in this book that to make a good scientific question, you need to know your independent and dependent variables. The independent variable is something that we change in the experiment, and the dependent variable is how we measure the independent variable. So what's the independent and dependent variable in our carrot experiment? I've got it! Our independent variable is fertilizer because that is what we are changing from the normal way we grow carrots, and our dependent variable will be the time it takes for the carrots to grow. Now we can put our scientific question in the correct format of what is the effect of independent variable here on dependent variable here. So, our question is, what is the effect of fertilizer on the time it takes for carrots to grow? Yippee! We have our question. Now let's move on to the next step, hypothesis. The hypothesis is basically what we predict will happen in the experiment. So, our hypothesis could be, if the fertilizer is added to the carrots, then they will grow faster than the carrots grown without fertilizer. The next step of the scientific method is to do the experiment, which means it's time to plant our carrots and add fertilizer to half the carrots planted. These are the 3 trials without fertilizer, and these are the trials with fertilizer. Now we just gotta wait for them to grow. Yay! The carrots are done growing. This trial took 40 days. This one took 30 days. This one took 20 days. This one took 4 days. This one took 3 days. And this one took just 2 days. After conducting the experiment and collecting the data, the next step of the scientific method is data analysis. So, to do data analysis, we need to find the mean, median, mode, and range for the groups with fertilizer and the group without fertilizer. The mean is the average of your data. You find the mean by adding up all the numbers and dividing by the number of numbers. The median is the middle value in your data set. You find the median by lining up your numbers from least to greatest and crossing it off until you get to the middle. The mode is the number that you see the most. And the range is the biggest number minus the smallest number. Let's find the mean, median, mode, and range for our data. Let's start with the group without fertilizer. Right now, we're looking at the first set of data. Let's find the mean. So first, you add up all the numbers. 40 plus 30 plus 20 is 90. Then you take that number 90 and divide by the number of numbers. So 90 divided by 1, 2, 3 numbers equals 30 days. So that's our mean. Now, let's find the median. First, you line up all the numbers from least to greatest. So 20, 30, and 40. Then you cross out the outermost numbers until you get to the middle. So you cross off 20, then you cross off 40, and you're left with 30. That's your median. Now let's find the mode. So you look for the number that you see the most. Do you see a mode? I don't. Well, sometimes there is no mode, but if there was a mode, we would see the same number over and over again. Since we did it here, there is no mode. Now let's find the range. You take the largest number and subtract it from the smallest number. So the largest number is 40, and you subtract that from the smallest number, which is 20, and that gives you 20 days. That's the range. Now pause the video and try it with the second set of data. I'll wait right here. Here's what I got for the second set of data. Did we get the same thing? Now we can use the mean for each set of data to graph the results. The independent variable goes on the x-axis and the dependent variable goes on the y-axis. So here's our graph. Now we are finally to the last step of the scientific method, the conclusion. In the conclusion, we summarize our results like this. In the experiment, we planted 2 groups of carrots and added the fertilizer to one group to see if this would help the carrots grow faster. As you can see from the graph, it took 30 days to grow carrots without fertilizer and just 3 days to grow with fertilizer, on average. And we can say that from the data, our hypothesis was supported. Yippee! Mission accomplished! That's all for today. Bye everybody! Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and wash your hands. Stay curious, my friends.